Everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Lmacncheese, and today we have Preludes 10 for Soulframe, which caught me off guard today because I didn't think they were going to release it this week. I didn't think release it from like next week. I wasn't like paying attention. He just said, "Hey, here's Preludes 10." So I can't wait to see what we got here. This is 4 hours ago, and we have, which was I'm pretty sure was the event that's coming out on this patch notes and whatnot. I'm hoping to see some scaling faction changes. That's my biggest one is faction better scaling changes, and not just what we already have, every step of the way kind of XP, because I still want that arm, and our arm grind is still too far away and still too inconsistent. Also to note that the moat system is not coming in this update, as they said earlier this week on a little post that they said. This concept, the idea is still cooking. I'm like, okay, that's the biggest thing we're waiting for, is the whole moats thing, so we can start grinding a little bit more. And I get it. They want it to be perfect. They want to revise it, and they're trying to make it more like a you can't. They want to say that it's more like that famous game that starts with a P and Nintendo made. And I'm kind of all for it. I don't really care for that game myself personally anymore. Ever since I was younger, I think Pro was the last one I stopped on. But to try to make some kind of system like that, and I can't really see what they can do with it. So, without further ado, let's get into these Prelude 10 patch notes. So, the Festival of the Circade, which is the event they're talking about, is going on right now. We got some screenshots. I'm pretty sure this is the tomb they showed off for the event, which you're probably going to be a lot of the time. And I wonder if this is solo or multiplayer. Cause I don't know how Soulframe is going to be. If Soulframe is going to be like Warframe, where you're always getting like queued into a matchmaking session, or it's going to be mostly solo unless you invite somebody into your game kind of thing. But not, and this is the tomb you had going, I believe, it started. So, descend to the Crypt of Circade, a haunted dungeon where the noble once known as the Circade stirs again. As three souls fractured, Arcade's restless echoes now haunt the dungeon beneath Midrath. Recover the scattered fragments of the totem reforged the triumph talisman and claim a powerful reward. Rumor has it, a secret chamber lies hidden, sealed between a riddle only many minds have solved. Only many minds have solved? Does that say like it's not that hard to do if many minds have solved it? Does it say only few minds may solve it, kind of thing, But something stirs beyond the crypt. Those who fear where the totem may find themselves haunted at dawn, dusk, and darkest night. Interesting. Keys to the crypt drop from the banneret and old night enemies across Midrath. A new armor set here. I like this. I'm gonna want some more medieval type of armor. This is pretty cool. I like that, because especially with the old armor, that thing looks like super knightly with the old armor. I love it so much. Although it doesn't have a cape. Me, I love capes. So as much as I like it, I want a cape. I want capes and everything. The Radical Cut Guard, the leather bound plaque rat. How you say that? No, placard of the Cursed Circade. City shield for the dust soul's precious guts. Heavy as a slurring tongue, round as a barrel, the ancient armor creaks in combat, though it glides as freshly oiled when the great arm raises a toast. Shivers Greaves, the swift stalking Greaves of the Circade, an auspicious set of armor, standard issue for nobles of Clan Jotar. Though to an eye trained in such a sight, these shimmer with fayish enhancements. See, this is the helmet piece. This is very classic looking. Let's see, the other top, and okay, I like this. I like the option to put things up and down. As easy as a toggle option that is for a lot of helmets and things that could easily just be a toggle, which is really nice. So, well, the helmet of the Circade are preserved in the tomb for centuries. The seer's helms hold still air of its former wear, slippery, cool, imposing. The metal shell echoes when worn like the inside of a keen hold bells. With dawn soul's tact, the helmet narrows its greedy eyes. And since it's a soul from it could literally have like a soul inside of the armor. Like you still have remnants of that person in the armor in a way, because they have like souls and stuff like that. That'd be like a cool. I don't know what you do, but the idea is a cool idea. So, was there no pants with this, or they said there's greaves, right? The helmet, the guard, the greaves. Where is the pants? I know they show like that, but it's not like an actual shot of the pants. With the Dawn Soul's Gall, the helmet opens its mouth wide. Those who cover the festival's deeper secrets may find themselves clad in their Circade's frog and regalia. The weapons like sidearms. So yeah, we're not getting what we want. Well, I'll say what we want. We're not all excited and agree. Is our sidearm weapons here? We have 3 of them. And I'm still hoping that we're gonna get 2 primary weapons, but in different slots. And I'm still hoping that they can change the system to be, you can still have these weapons, but have them be in either slot. So if you want to have these in your primary slot, you can have your primary slot, or you can have them in your secondary slot, and having another weapon in the sidearm slot would be nice. But time will tell. I don't think I'm gonna get what I personally want, what I think will be better for the game, or I'm saying better for the game, better for me. I'm trying to be a little selfish here, but I'm just gonna equip a second weapon alongside the primary and the arsenal screen. Mix and match to suit your path. New sidearm weapon, the Skilter. An old fly blade forged in molten star Valhalla. This air-light knife is full in multiplicity. Skilter can be thrown across the sky tower while never leaving its master's hand. Such blades are common gifts to honor Shapirs and say more status than utility. Yet those of grace may fly death upon their tiny wings. Metal. Is this like a short sword or is this like a dagger? Not more than an average paper knife, but this cunning blade seeks a cunning hand. Ornamental dirk of Skelfindish. How you say that? Held in the book binder's grip. Metal is designed to slice open the delicate edges of a folded page. So it's between these bound folds the Skelfindish tradition sealed secret messages. Any word, as much as any blade, can cut deep. Now it'll be cool to have a dagger second that does more damage if you stick up on people like that, because this is more a slow paced kind of game. So if this does like more damage because you're stealth or because you're stealing somebody, that'd be pretty cool. A Verdgris. Oh, this is more of a dagger. This is a dagger right here. That's more of a short sword. This is a dagger. We have a long sword. Okay. Virtual dagger, aglow with moonlight, a fine point more handle than blade. Verdgris seeks sacrifice. She is wrought with copper, a cleansing metal meant to protect the holder from what vengeful spirit may lurch from its mark. The innermost ring of Verdgris is her namesake. May that be the fate of your fallen. Fragments of the new sidearm will drop around from old caster and range hunter enemies. So this is this from also all sidearms drop from, okay, cool. Armor, defense, and damage types. Armor now offers real protection. With this update, all helm, curious, and legging piercing pieces now grant defensive stats tied to the 3 core damage types: physical, magical, and stability. This reduces incoming damage from physical attacks, such as attacks from a secure sword or a mockery swings. Before we get more into this, I hope they like color code their attacks or something like that to show like this attack is clearly physical, this attack is clearly magical, kind of thing. Like maybe like red for attack, it'll do like blue for like magical, and if it's like does like half and half, it'll do like a purple kind of attack, and not some kind of attack that's just like, oh, this is killing you Q to dodge or do something like that. It's more of just like just to see what kind of damage it does. If you really, I would like that. So yeah, some kind of feedback for that. Like obviously, if an old attacks you with a lightning ball, obviously that's magic. But obviously you have a sword, obviously that's physical. But just to have some kind of little thing for you, some things you might not see, or some kind of boss special thing it could do, that would be helpful. So, magical defense reduces incoming damage from magical attacks, such as Sinclair's spells or lightning ball, or lightning damage from a banneret. Stability increase stability, allowing envoys to withstand more hits before being staggered. Each piece contributes to your total defense, now displayed in the top right corner of your screen. This includes a combined total and breakdown by damage type. Okay, it's right here. That's cool. This rare armor sets will bear more defensive stats. List of armor defensive rating can be found as such. Okay. Armor channel is not yet available. A system to unlock your looks while retaining stances planned for the future. Glad, because you know how we get down in the fan community, all about fashion, baby. So I'm gonna probably still wear it, but I don't want to wear it because I don't think so. If you dodge, what does it matter? But yeah, I'm also gonna do what I do to look cool. So, new star weapons. Two of the original star weapons have changed, offering new beginnings for aspiring envoys. Pact of Spirit Gwendolyn. This is the stuff they're talking about. It's gonna replace, I believe, the magic gauntlets. They said because they wanted more of an easier beginner weapon to use, and I guess it's gonna be more of an advanced magic kind of weapon. And this is why I want 2 primary weapons. So I want when they add great sword, I want a great sword. I don't want the gauntlets, or I want a staff and a great sword kind of thing. I want to still have that. I hope they have some kind of. I do hope they just burn lines a little bit, but I get secondary weapons are be actually secondary weapons and stuff like that. It may also be melee weapons. But I do hope, since they did stuff from Warfare and it's more of an archaic system. There's a lot of people have been asking for like, I just carry 2 primaries. Can I just carry 2 secondary kind of things like that? So I hope they will eventually overlook it and try something new. So we have all that. This is essentially just what the pack that what it offers. On the screen it will show this, which instead of subbing the gauntlets. A witching staff of Alder. Though its curling bowls look natural as wind, Gwynlyn was hand shaped by all your jardiniers, not carved, but grown into delicate curves, fine-tuned to facilitate the flow of magic. To grow a single wand takes years. A staff like going on a lifetime. Okay. I don't see an old staff. Okay. And this is the pack that you with the courage pack. You get a sword instead. I like this pack a lot. It's really fun. A heavily training sword forged many generations ago. Okay. Heavy training sword forged many generations. I just said that. Though a hilt has known many young soldiers to be, older is not so worn as it is old. You imagine this broadsword respectfully retired, a mantelpiece hung above a curling hearth, warming, waiting for the fated hand of its final student. Thistle, the starter weapon for the Pact of Grace, has also received a visual update. Oh, that's cool. Perhaps the starter weapons will drop as an mission rewards from Faction Tales. Okay. I do like to put this here where you know where to get stuff, because some people, we have a whole Soulframe website that tells you where to get all drops and stuff like that, because people just don't know where to get stuff. And it's like, obviously they'll put it into the game where to get every single drop, but we have a whole community trying to help us, you know, find stuff. So some things are dang hard to find. World Tree's new note system. We talked about this in the dev stream. Essentially, it's gonna be like Dark Souls, how you messages in Dark Souls, but it's going to appear around the tree, stuff like that, and you can find messages like so, which is pretty cool. Envoys may now leave proclaim messages at discovery world trees across Alka. View command and reply to notes left by fellow envoys. Let your thoughts take root. Loadout switching. This is cool. And we can now save and swap between up to 4 different loadouts. Each slot saves your current pack and weapon selections. Name your loadouts and save your current setup. So we're getting closer to what we need to be. So when content starts happening, we'll have things, you know, when damage types start mattering and stuff like that, we'll be having loadouts, stuff like that. Unanimity, the Lmacncheese King. I seen the picture of this guy, or the little gameplay he had, and this great sword is so sick. He gets like a glowing aura around it too, like then it gets like super huge. And his lead looks pretty cool too. This is, I love it. I love it. From the depth of the Ichor grave, he rises, crowned and seated upon a corrupted throne. The Lmacncheese King commands the battlefield with a slow, deliberate cruelty. Those struck by his gaze may find themselves bound to his will. Facing a battle and expect no mercy, he does not fight alone. And I like the way he carries this thing too. He just drags it around. I can't tell if that's what you get for looking at him. I think you get turned to stone or whatever it is, or maybe we just look like that. I don't think we just look like it. If you look at him, I probably get turned to stone. And look, that his sheath on the side too. Look how I really would love a sheath greatsword style, or just his weapon has unique. You know, it'd be really cool if bosses had their own weapons with their own unique like weapons, animation, and stuff like that. That'd be really sick. I would love to have some really wonky greatsword in scabbard style. I would love it. Or it's like I think for like Tranquil Cleaver or whatever Nakana stance is Nakana. Whatever the katana stance is uses a sheath. It's really cool. Oh, we get a set too? Oh, that's cool. Oh boy. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh boy. Long buried tunic, a breastplate forlorn. Buried on the battlefield of the Faunish charge, the armor of the Lmacncheese King rises once more. Around his waist, the insignia of the old kingdom. Around his wrist, a gauntlet near thrown down. Bastion of Lmacncheese. How can you say it? Mendicant. That's how you say it. Mendicant. It was sign of the Lmacncheese King. Once a glowing symbol of Mirrath power, now whether by form or by memory corrupted. Little mask contorts into a toothed maw. Not even Tufgain dares or forge his crown. See, I was kind of hoping like this an idea is like you can have corrupted version of sets, and they can have like the uncorrupted version of sets too. It'd be pretty cool. Bloody Sabatons. The Sabatons that led the final march of the Or Meredith. Carnelian's gems trail down the grooves like beads of blood, warning an omen of the ruin that will come in his afterlife. The metal has taken on a strange fluidity, Icarus, even without its corrupted host. Rounds of set will drop from defeating the king. Okay. The Mech King armor is now attainable through some cloth mounts are still being finalized. This individual comments will be added in a future hotfix. Okay. There was a hotfix about 10 minutes ago during while I'm reading this. Here by the wind and whimsy, this sprightly plant drifts through Alka's wilds, approaching with care. If startled, it explodes into a burst of pollen. But sneak close enough, you may pluck a word without waking it. Interesting. Okay. I'm a corrupted slug. That's a slug? Ugh, slugs are already gross in the first place. As far as them goops from Dark Souls 1 that hang on the ceiling or in the muck and just ugh. The creeper now slips through Arkle swamps. I like that a lot, actually. They're like that's cool. That's gross. I hate it. I love it. This armored foe takes reduced damage while on the move, protected by a hardened shell. When it stops and disposes of vulnerable flesh, strike quickly. Beware is Valley of Spikes. Mockery changes and improvements. Okay. I'm hoping, because mockeries are kind of annoying because you can't stop them before they start. So if you see the spirit, then you try to smite them, you can't, it doesn't do anything, but you have an element animation for it. I'm hoping if you could possibly stop before they spawn, it'd be cool. Or maybe do damage before they get into their host or something like that. Once sealed in the dark, mockeries will now spawn across the zones, wide or small, around Meredith, providing a previously restricted enemy an opportunity to fight in the open world. Okay. Clad in twig and twine, moldering in twisted tongues, such mockeries have also been delicately placed around Meredith to provide a certain surprise. Keeping a keen eye and voice. Mockeries have received their range of animation and gameplay updates. Hopefully, they fixed the grab animation too, because you just like go like, get off me, and you start thinking that a bird comes and hits them off. Well, that gets a little new improvement too. New casting animation and VFX, improve running and strafing animations and attack animations, improve vital-like breathing and movement. Spawn rates will scale with the zone of corrupted zones in the Glades of Ardian. Faction Tale changes and additions. Okay, this is where I'm thinking of for XP. Faction Tales have been expanded with a new encounter types, including corrupted animal rescue, freeing spotlight folk from undercity's cages, and return of select dungeon objectives. Okay, and we can now choose for 3 tile paths length, a single task, a short path, or a long path. Each path offers escalating difficulty rewards and its faction XP. Interesting. This is the big point I'm trying to make right here. I hope the long path offers the most XP and offers like the most reward, because this hits to me in Warframe for doing Aura Worm versus Steel Path versus Normal Path. In Normal Path you get 12 clamps, I think, and in Steel Path you get 15 clamps. But it takes you half the time to do a normal mode than doing it in Steel Path mode. In Steel Path it's a hard mode. And Steel Path even has more even has an extra mechanic on top of that. And the time it takes you to do a normal path, you can probably do the time you do a normal path, you can do that twice. That's how you get done doing one single Aura Worm on Steel Path. So I do hope if they do the long path, it's actually literally worth it instead of doing just doing a single task or a short path kind of thing. This is like you just keep doing single tasks over and over again, which is better than the long path. So here's the hoping. Oh, I like this. Okay, this is because this is a really great change right here. On top of people that are looking for more difficult missions, you can actually choose which one you want to go to, which is really, really cool. And I hope you don't just activate by walking into them, because sometimes you can just walk into a mission on accident. But this is really cool. Cleaning music shrines counters during Tales now grant one of the 3 temporary stab boosts. Oh, I like that too. This is a W patch right now. Okay. Loot drop and crafting changes. Continue loot rebalancing, reduce the overall number of chests in the world, but increase their value to support fewer, more rewarding finds. I don't know how I feel about that. I like chests, but I like rewards. So, and specific drops are rolling out with secure enemies and mockeries now offering more varied loot. Okay. Chest types have been streamlined to common and rare, which improve drag and fragment drops. You know what? I don't like this, because if I'm farming an armor set in a dungeon and there's only like 3 chests now, that means I only get 3 chances for drops. Versus the old system where there's like maybe like 6 or 7, even 8 chests in a dungeon, there's all those more chances to get an armor set in those things. So if I'm getting more rewards, there's got to be more armor pieces or more. Hopefully it's more blueprints inside the chest itself. If we're getting less of if we're getting less chests overall. additions and changes. Enemy health now scales based on party size. Add new enemy dynamic encounters to Minwrath, including old and dog nests, lurking mockeries, and more. That's one thing we do need in this game is variety. We need a lot. Open world game, we need a lot of variety. Like another thing I keep saying, Warframe, we have Steel Path, and then we have every 5 minutes Steel Path you have the acolytes pop up. But if you're playing like on the moon, you got acolytes and you have the sentinels, and you have also the ghosts pop up. I want more things like that. I want more escalating threats, more variety, kind of thing. So add more enemy patrols throughout America to improve encounter density, and a new puzzle throughout the Denmark Undercity. Add a new main point markers for faction and enclave location. Thank you. This is another big W change right here. Waypoint markers for faction and enclave, so you can just find. I had to recognize where Kythe was at all times, so I couldn't ever find him. I was like, where is it? I had to keep looking up all the time. So control changes. Please add toggle to crouch, please, or toggle to run. Just tap E or RMK or LT plus A on controller to smite Soul Steel. Tap E. I'll play some controller. LT plus A on controller. Okay, I like this because now you don't just automatically smite them. This is cool. Hold E on MKB to use your spectral sight. Replace the alt input. Okay. Arcane's now cast directly using 1, 2, or 3 on one's keyboard. Kick has been removed from controls and gameplay. Note this change may change lays the ground for upcoming mode system arriving in a future update. So I assume the moat are the kick buttons going to move with your special activation button, maybe? Possible. I wouldn't have missed the kick. I wanted to add like a drop kick. Wait, no, if you move, hold on a second. If the kick is gone and you have the old arm, do you still have your pull with the old arm? I wonder. Updated pop messages from tool icons UI. Increase faction XP rewards. This is W patch. If I can get, if this is combined with a long path, I gotta try this. Everything I'm trying this tonight probably. Increase enemy presence across Alka, especially along roads and in newer regions. We do need that. A new area needs actually enemy stuff like that. Here's the cast speed of Oslo's Pact, Elder Bloom, and Phantom Flock. Animation systems predictive IK. Predictive IK? Oh, that is. Enemy behavior and overall combat. Nice. Ongoing audio improvements and fixes, including new sound effects for enemies, combat weapons, UI, and environment. Ongoing improvements for lighting, VFX, environment, long range fall graphics, and enriched across the walls of Alka. Fix faction XP sometimes being lost. A player has changed their weapon or pack in the tail. It's what they fixed in the last patch. I'm not gonna go through all these bug fixes because this is a long list most likely. If you're on any list, feel free to pause. Also, the patch notes in the description below. This room also not arriving. Like, oh yeah, we just see that too. So I am hoping that they did have a performance pass as well, because since the last update I've been having like sluggish performance randomly for no reason. So this is from last patch. What should know about this glitch? So I would have I want my Kythe arm a lot. So very good patch notes, very good, very W changes. I don't think I have anything really to say here besides what I've already said already. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. We'll get the discussion going and talk about some things. Really up shaping to be really good. But we're getting the groundwork set. They're getting the groundwork really set, so when the future things come, we're gonna be eating good. Because that's one thing I think Warframe. I mean, it's gotten better now, but the groundwork had to be, it wasn't as solid back then. It's a lot better now, but they're starting like getting things right and early, as that things should do. So, yeah, I think it's all for patch notes this time. I'll be playing this game probably tonight after some finals. TTV/Lmacncheese if you want to come by, say hi. And I'll probably play this later on tonight after I get done grinding out some world tour. So yeah. Appreciate you for watching. Yeah. Take it easy.